Question number 1. The average thermal energy for monoatomic gas is Kb is Boltzmann's constant and T is absolute temperature. According to kinetic theory of gases, degrees of freedom for monoatomic gas is F is equals to 3. And according to law of equipartition of energy for each degree of freedom is taken as of kBT. So for T degrees of freedom per molecule, the total thermal energy is taken as U is equals to 3 by 2 kBT. Question number 2. Which of the following graph represents the variation of resistivity with the temperature? A graph is drawn by taking absolute temperature on x-axis and resistivity on y-axis. For metals, variation of resistivity with temperature as rho is equals to rho naught into 1 plus alpha theta plus beta theta square. This equation represents a slight parabola. So for copper, the variation of resistivity with temperature is a slight parabola. Question number 3. For which one of the following Bohr model is not valid? First option is singly ionized neon atom. Second option is hydrogen atom. Third option is singly ionized helium atom. And fourth option is deuterium atom, deuteron atom. So Bohr model is applicable only for atoms having single electrons. But in case first option, neon has 9 electrons. So Bohr model is not applicable for neon atom. Question number 4. The quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of two solid copper spheres of radii R1 and R2. R1 is equals to 1.5 R2 through 1 Kelvin or in the ratio of. The amount of heat required to raise the temperature of solid is Q is equals to ms delta theta. According to the problem, the rising temperature is given as 1 Kelvin, that is delta theta is equals to 1 Kelvin, and the two spheres are copper spheres. So their specific heat is same, that means S is equals to same. From this, Q is directly proportional to mass, therefore Q is directly proportional to M, then Q1 by Q2 is equals to M1 by M2. And the mass of the sphere is directly proportional to its radius, therefore Q1 by Q2 is equals to R1 by R2 whole cube. But R1 by R2 is nothing but 3 by 2, that is 3 by 2 whole cube. Therefore Q1 by Q2 is equals to 27 by 8. Question number 5. A capillary tube of radius r is immersed in water and water rises in it to a height h. The mass of water in the capillary is 5 grams. Another capillary tube of radius 2r is immersed in water. The mass of water that will rise in this tube is. So from capillary tube experiment, the water rises in the capillary tube due to surface tension is, and h is the height of the water rises in the capillary tube, and m is the mass of water rises in the capillary tube. So the weight of the water acts vertically downwards, that is W is equals to mg, and surface tension force acts vertically upwards. The surface tension force is F is equals to 2 pi r T, and weight W is equals to mg. In this case, angle of contact for pure water and glass is theta is equals to 0 degrees. When water is in equilibrium, upward forces is equals to downwards weight, that is F is equals to W. Therefore 2 pi r T is equals to mg. From this, mass of water in the capillary tube is directly proportional to the radius of the capillary tube, that is r. From this, m1 by m2 is equals to r1 by r2. m1 is given as 5 grams Then m2 is unknown value, r1 is taken as r and r2 is 2r. So from this 5 by m2 is equals to 1 by 2, therefore m2 is equals to 10 grams. చూడండి లెటర్స్ ఎలా ఉన్నాయి. క్వశ్చన్ నెంబర్ 6. Two particles of mass 5 kg and 10 kg respectively are attached to the end of a rod of length 1 meter with negligible mass. The center of mass of the system from the 5 kg particle is nearly at a distance of. So two particles, m1 is given as 5 kg and m2 is given as 10 kg. These two masses are attached to the ends of the rod of length 1 meter and the mass of the rod is negligible. Find the position of center of mass from 5 kg mass. So this is the position of center of mass and the distance of center of mass from m1 is taken as x and m2 is taken as 1 minus x. So from characteristics of center of mass, m1 x1 is equals to m2 x2. That means 5 into x is equals to 10 into 1 minus x. So therefore x is equals to 2 into 1 minus x. So x is equals to 2 minus 2x. Therefore 3x is equals to 2. Then x is equals to 2 by 3 meters or 67 centimeters. Question number 7. An iron rod of susceptibility 599 is subjected to a magnetizing field of 1200 ampere per meter. The permeability of the material of the rod is given that mu naught is equals to 4 pi into 10 to the power of minus 2 Tesla meter per ampere. We know the relation between the susceptibility and permeability, relative permeability, that is mu r is equals to 1 plus susceptibility. Therefore relative permeability mu r is equals to 1 plus susceptibility is given as 599. Then mu r is equals to 600, that is relative permeability. Then permeability of the medium is equals to mu is equals to mu naught into mu r. Therefore mu is equals to mu naught is nothing but 4 pi into 10 to the power of minus 7 and mu r is nothing but 600. Therefore permeability of the medium is equals to 2.4 pi into 10 to the power of minus 4 Tesla meter per ampere. Question number 8. When a uranium isotope uranium 92-235 is bombarded with a neutron, it generates krypton, 3 neutrons and dash. So uranium 92-235 plus neutron gives krypton 3689 plus 3 neutrons and another element that has XZA. According to law of conservation of charge, 92 is equals to 36 plus Z. Therefore Z is equals to 56. And according to law of conservation of mass, 235 plus 1 is equals to 89 plus 3 plus A. Therefore A is equals to 144. Therefore the element X has Z is nothing but 56 and mass number as 144. This is nothing but barium, that is 56, that is 56 144. Question number 9. A cylinder contains hydrogen gas at a pressure of 249 kilopascals and temperature 27 degrees Celsius. Then density is, So given that the pressure as P is equals to 245 kilopascals, 10 power 3 pascals, and temperature is given as 27 degrees Celsius, that is in kelvins it is 300 kelvins. So R is given as 8.3. According to ideal gas equation, PV is equals to nRT, then V is nothing but mass by volume, mass by density, volume is nothing but mass by density, and number of moles, mass by molecular weight, RT. So mass gets cancelled, then density is taken as rho is equals to Pm by RT. Then pressure is nothing but 245 into 10 to the power of 3, and molecular weight of hydrogen is taken as 2 grams, that is 2 into 10 power minus 3, and R is nothing but 8.3, and temperature is 300 kelvins. So from this, density of gas as rho is equals to 0.199 kg per meter cube. This is nearly 0.2 kg per meter cube. Question number 10. A body weighs 72 newtons on the surface of the earth. What is the gravitational force on it at a height equal to the half of the radius of the earth? We know the variation of G with height as G on the surface is taken as G is equals to Gm by R square, and certain altitude G dash is taken as Gm by R plus H whole square. From these two equations, G dash by G is equals to R by R plus H whole square. That is, weight is directly proportional to G, therefore W dash by W is equals to R by R plus height is nothing but R by 2 whole square. That is equals to R square by 3R by 2 whole square. Therefore W by W dash is equals, W dash by W is equals to R square by 9R square by 4, that is equals to 4 by 9. Therefore W dash is equals to 4 by 9 into W as nothing but 72. So this is equals to 32 newtons. Question number 11. An electron is accelerated from rest through a potential difference of V volts. The de Broglie wavelength of the electron is lambda is equals to 1.227 into 10 to the power of minus 2 nanometers. Then find the potential difference. So lambda can be written as 1.227 into 10 to the power of minus 2 into 10 to the power of minus 9 meters. And the de Broglie wavelength for electron is lambda is equals to 12.27 by root V in angstroms. So lambda is nothing but 1.227 into 10 to the power of minus 2 into 10 to the power of minus 9 is equals to 12.27 into 10 to the power of minus 10 by root V. So 1.227, 12.27 means 10 times. Then from this we get root V is equals to 100 and V is equals to 10 to the power of 4. Okay na? Question number 12. A short electric dipole has a dipole moment 16 into 10 to the power of minus 9 coulomb meter. That is P is equals to 16 into 10 to the power of minus 9 coulomb meter. The electric potential due to the dipole at a point at a distance of 0.6 meters from the center of the dipole. Distance is given as 0.6 meters. By making an angle of 60 degrees with the dipole axis, that is theta is equals to 60 degrees. So it is the electric dipole and dipole moment. The point P is at a distance of 0.6 meters, and this position vector makes an angle of 60 degrees with the dipole moment. The electric potential at this point is V is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P cos theta by R square. Then V is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is nothing but 9 into 10 to the power of 9, and dipole moment as 16 into 10 to the power of minus 9, and cos 60 is 1 by 2, and this R square, that is 0.36. By simplifying this, we get electric potential at point P as 200 volts. Question number 13. A ball is thrown vertically downward with a velocity of 20 meters per second from the top of a tower. If it hits the ground after some time with a velocity of 80 meters per second, find the height of the tower. G is equals to 10 meter per second square. Let us consider h is the height of the tower. And a body is thrown vertically downward with initial velocity of 20 meters per second, and it hits the ground with a velocity of 80 meters per second. So at this point, and it is moving down with an acceleration, a is equals to g meter per second square. So we know v square minus u square is equals to 2as. From this we get v square minus u square is equals to 2gh. Therefore h is equals to v square minus u square by 2g. Therefore this can be written as v plus u into v minus u by 2g, a square minus b square. So therefore h is equals to v plus u is nothing but 80 plus 20 100, v minus u is nothing but 80 minus 20, that is 60 by 2g 20. So 3 times. So the height of the tower is equals to 300 meters. Question number 14. The resistance wire connected in the left gap of a meter bridge balances a 10 ohm resistance in the right gap at a point which divides the bridge wire in the ratio of 3:2. If the length of the resistance wire is 1.5 meters, then the length of 1 ohm resistance of the wire is, according to the given problem, let the resistance in the left gap is taken as P, and the resistance in the right gap is given as 10 ohms. And the balancing length divides the total length in the ratio of 3:2. Let it be L1 and it is L2. L1 by L2 is equals to 3 by 2. From meter bridge, P by Q is equals to L1 by L2. That is, P by Q is equals to 3 by 2, and Q is taken as 10 ohms. Therefore, P by 10 is equals to 3 by 2. From this we get P is equals to 15 ohms. For 15 ohms, the length of the wire is given as 1.5 meters. And for a resistance of 1 ohm, let R is taken as 1 ohm, what is its length? Then 15 by 1 is equals to 1.5 by L2. Therefore, the length of the wire for 1 ohm resistance is L2 is equals to 1.5 by 15, that is equals to 0.1 meters. Question number 15. The mean free path for a gas with molecular diameter D and a number density N can be expressed as. We know the mean free path is lambda is equals to 1 by root 2 pi n d square, where d is the diameter of the molecule and n is the number density. So the correct option is third option.